All right. Sports fans, what's going on? Patrick over here at Ghost Picks ATS coming at you live with an episode of Keep It Rollin' and our lock of the week. We have multiple picks on this episode, but our one will be Matt Fitzpatrick. You see right there. But Moff Dollars, welcome into the show. We're going to keep this one short and sweet. We're on top of the ball, so what's going on?
What's going on, Pat? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week. We got the Valspar Championship. We are, I told Pat before we went on, I think we are pretty locked. I think we're ready to go. Big consensus pick, and we don't need to tiptoe around it. Our top lock of the week, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Matt Fitzpatrick for the top 20. What's he at? Plus 150 on FanDuel. Got a little extra juice. We took him not long ago at 125. Never a sweat. He did miss the cut last week, but that is a theme that Pat and I have been treading on, and we like the fact that he's a little well rested. Golfers ran into all the way into Monday from this past tournament, and a lot of big names at the top that are favorites. JT Victor, even Louis. I mean, I still don't. It's hard to tell because it doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't happen. That's that spillover type of deal. But guys are gonna be tired. Paul Casey pulled out because he's said he's tired. Was gonna be a favorite this week, but Matt Fitzpatrick, he does everything pretty much that we like around this golf course. His strokes gained approach. He's up there at the top. Sand save percentage, scrambling. He can putt. Bermuda is his favorite type of putting surface. He had one bad week when it was absolute bonkers at the Players. Took a rest, but the dude is hot. He is top 10s, top 20s all over the place. His game is sharp, and he pops in a lot of categories. A lot of categories. And he's, maybe not. I have noticed he might not be the best type of DFS type of player because he is kind of. He not a ton of flair in his game. I don't know. I just noticed when I took him. It depends. I'm talking out of my culo because I don't actually. The DFS
he knows nothing.
Is still
out of his culo.
Couple weeks, it just seemed like there were other more birdies and stuff. Like the birdies matter. Like maybe he's a lot of pars. Instead he
is.
He keeps it there.
Yeah,
he keeps it there. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's what we like. We love Matt Fitzpatrick. He's got his brother in the tournament this week, right, Pat?
Yeah, and, so his brother
he's won here.
His brother won the Valspar Collegiate. So this will be the first time they're playing together in a long time, which will be really cool for them, especially on the PGA Tour. So a little extra incentive. But if he doesn't need any more, Matt Fitzpatrick, obviously he was our guy 2 weeks ago. Moff liked him last week. I said, "Bitch, you're crazy." And we came to the consensus, he's not as good on and sure enough, we like fading guys this week who made the cut, who made a deep run last week, finished up their round, played 30 holes on Monday. That's tough to turn it around, even though it's not too much travel. So throughout the course of the weekend, fatigue or something may set in, maybe just mental. Golf's a tough game, so we'll keep that in mind. And we will stay away from those guys. So Matt Fitzpatrick, he missed the cut last week.
Comp.
Huh?
Tell him what the course comp with.
Shut the fuck up. All right, so Matt Fitzpatrick, yep, top 20 plus 150. We're gonna go ahead and lock in our lock of the week early. We will have more throughout this episode. We'll keep this episode probably around 20, 25 minutes, nothing too long. But we will have some good insight into some more guys that we are leaning toward. Our lock of the week last week, Russell Knox and Billy Horschel, split 1-1. But we did get the winner, and that's the kind of stuff that comes later in the episode. We also got guys like Kevin Kisner and Sam Burns. So good stuff throughout the rest of this, and let's keep it rolling, Moff. On to our long shot of the week. We both agree this guy is boom or bust. Webb Simpson. What you think? You want me to talk about it? Shit. All right, I'll talk about it all day long.
I just rambled on about Matt Fitz. Come on now.
All right, so Webb Simpson, boom or bust because he hasn't played many tournaments this year. He's only played 2. He played last weekend. He did miss the cut. He was in the mix of that nasty weather group, so I kind of throw it out the window. If anything, it's good for him to get down to Florida, play some golf, back into the groove, even just hit some shots. Can't get any worse. than it was last week. Course does play tough, and he is one of the best golfers on tough courses. And if you look at the course comps, I pulled up these bad boys, and I'm able to look at all of them side by side. So Harbor Town, tight tree line course, water, wind, these kind of things. The players last week, Valspar, Wildlife Country Club in Hawaii. We take all these into consideration, and I'll just shoot out some of these numbers over the past 3 years for Webb Simpson. I'm 4th, 8th, 5th, 1st, 16, 16, 3rd, 1st, 4th, 9th. I mean, he peppers the top 10 on these courses. They're all similar, and obviously, I mean, there's 2 missed cuts in there, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. It is boom or bust at these courses, and I'm a huge fan of Webb Simpson here this week. You're catching him at extremely long odds. Top 10 is plus 500. Top 20, I like that as well for long odds. I mean, that's still plus 300, so it's pretty damn good. To win, though, on FanDuel, 70-1. I'll take my chances on Webb Simpson, a guy that's won at Heritage. He's won at the Players. He's won at 2 similar courses, and he's finished second here, or second at Heritage again. He peppers these kind of courses. So, Carolina boy. Top 10? What's that?
Top 10, what is he?
Plus 500. Long shot of the week. I like that. Yeah, absolutely. Fits the course to a T. Everything about him. He's putts great on Bermuda. He hits well on shorter courses, tight tree line courses. He hits the ball very well. His ball striking is up there with the top. And same with Matty Fitz. So we'll be riding both of those guys this week. I'm pretty jazzed up.
He's a scrambling machine.
He's a scrambling machine.
He's a scrambling machine, sand-saving machine. Webb can pop up and win a bag.
Yeah, absolutely. He can bring us a big bag. Coming off Cam Smith winner last week at 35, 40-1. Russell Knox, huge long shot of the week, was a beautiful winner there. Kisner, another one. We're looking to do it again. Webb Simpson is that kind of guy. Boom or bust. You're catching him at low odds because he missed cut. He hasn't played much. But damn it, if he doesn't fit the course to a T, this is his first time playing back-to-back weekends this year. He's only played 3 times. We saw this with, damn it, Moff. I had it written down. I don't have it right here beside me, but shoot. There was one guy earlier in the year we took, and he had just played his first tournament. He wasn't quite fresh. But anyway, I'm drawing a huge blank. But it hit. And
DJ?
Huh?
DJ?
No. Nay. That's all right. Well, here nor there. Well, let's get on into some of these other guys that we like. Some of these, for the rest of this episode here, so we got 18 so minutes, maybe wrap this up. If you're just tuning in, hit that like button. If you're tuning in later, lock these in with us. Tell us what you got. And we got Matt Fitzpatrick as our lock of the week to place top 20. We both absolutely love him. And then Webb Simpson as our official long shot of the week to both win and to place top 10 and top 20.
Sprinkle it.
And for the rest of this episode here, we will dive on into the players that we do believe will be borderline locks of the week, and we'll lock in another PGA Golf lock of the week. Moff, what are we thinking? Oh, so one other thing. I was talking to Moff about this, guys that we like in particular, or brand of guys. Guys that hit the ball well, putt the ball well, they do everything well. Whether it's they don't have to do anything phenomenally on this type of course. As long as you don't do anything poorly. There's guys that putt poorly, there's guys that drive poorly, but some of these guys are phenomenal at what they do, but they're good at 3 out of 4 things. We're looking for guys that are 4 out of 4, know how to clean up when they make mistakes. They minimize their bogeys, but at the same time, they're still able to take advantage on the par 5s. A lot of different guys can win this week, so it's very tough to narrow it down. And given that, we are looking for those guys in particular that really do it all. And Webb, one of his biggest issues is off the tee. But if you look at these courses, in particular these tight tree line, shorter courses where he can tone down, hit a 3-wood, and you're looking at outside of this year, in 2021 and the 4 years prior, he gained strokes off the tee in like 90% of these courses, these short tree line ones. So if he's doing that, he's phenomenal short game. So lock him up, lock of the week, long shot. But those kind of guys that just can do everything well, maybe not stand out in any one particular area, but obviously putt better on Bermuda grass and can make it happen on the par 5. So, Moff, what we got? What we thinking over here?
So, a guy I told you I had a list of guys, and the issue is these guys played last week, and so we're thinking that they're going to be a little tired, they might not be in form, they might not make the cut, who knows? They might be fine, but we don't see things like that happen too often, so we're going to take it with what we do know, guys that are well rested, that have been playing hot. Matty Fitz is the perfect recipe for that. But Adam Hadlin has been in form, and he was on the list of guys that seem to fit this course very well. His player comp would be like Louis Usti. Not the best irons, but the dude can scramble. He can make something out of nothing. He can save himself out of the bunkers, and his approach to the green is solid. He's not going to blow you away with his iron. Solid putter. But we saw how he played last week. Crazy Sunday finish. He turned it on. And we're not going to see conditions like that. But he is a long shot. But Louis, we're not really talking about Louis. We're just, Louis is a little older. We see a guy, Paul Casey.
All right. I'm just going to interrupt him. You're wasting my time. You're wasting everybody else. We're not taking these guys that played last week through the weekend.
We already gave him picks. Who the fuck you want to talk about?
Maybe Colin Morikawa. Guys that didn't make the cut last week.
We can talk about Colin. Colin didn't.
Anyone that didn't make the cut last week or didn't play last week. Anyone. Hadwin's fine. Hadwin's a long shot. So if you want to throw a sprinkle on Hadwin, I like Hadwin as a long shot. But we're talking locks of the week. Locks of the week is not going to be anybody that played last week that made the cut.
Well, then Morikawa is your best shot. Morikawa or Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, we're talking blue chip guys. What about some longer shot guys? Come on.
I just gave you a long shot. You weren't happy with a long shot, so you talk about somebody.
All right, Moff's struggling to comprehend the fade the guys that played last weekend. So we're going to go ahead. We're diving on into that one. I think that is the most important thing. Moff and I talked about that a lot in yesterday's episode. We're actually fading those guys. So a little contradiction, but that's here nor there. So some of those guys that made the cut last week that we may be looking to, or missed the cut last week, that may be Matt Fitzpatrick, ideally. A guy like Gary Woodland, he's missed the cut here, Moff. That's more a long shot. But looking at these guys, what about your guy Cameron Tringali? I think that's a very interesting name.
He plays well at tough courses, and solid ball striker. What's he like on Bermuda?
Let's check that out. Because if I'm looking at him here, so a guy like him, he's a little more boomer bust, but coming off a miscut, he's been playing well, and he's played well here. He finished third here last year. He put up some damn good numbers in doing so.
Longer off the tee, so if he can. Bermuda is his least good putter, but decent putter. But Bermuda, he struggles on the most.
All right, so look, we'll ixnay him there. Some other guys that missed the cut here. What do you think about a guy like Mackenzie Hughes?
I was looking at. I pulled up Mackenzie. I just don't think.
Tough one, short ball hitter, so he kind of fits this course for that reason. Well, let's we're talking about locks of the week. Let's talk about Colin Morikawa and see if he can't be our guy.
Well, I do have to mention Vaughn Taylor again, right? If no one watched yesterday, Vaughn Taylor is not.
Give him a little hint and a little preview. Yeah, go check out yesterday's episode. We talk about our fades of the week and some of the long shots of the week, including Moff's.
Vaughn Taylor.
Top 40. So here we are. At least. Colin Morikawa's worst putting surface is Bermuda, but he loses strokes putting on every single surface. He's just one of those guys. Has not played here before, so that is potentially a little troublesome. So as far as lock of the week goes, that's not really lock of the week material. I will check him out on some similar courses to see if it's maybe just one of those things where it's a matter of time before he pops. But shoot, that's a tough one there. Whew.
Trying to see Mackenzie. I didn't see Mackenzie on written down anywhere. I did see him pop up though. That's close. I don't know. When I look at these categories, I try and look at guys that we already like, and then I mean just like consistent names within the top 25 to 30 for each year. Like I go back, 2022 hot right now, and then last year who was, because but Mackenzie was hanging around there, like you said, shorter hitter. I don't know. I can't forget to mention Jason Koprak just because I was hot on him, but like I saw a lot of people talking about him, so just plays well here, long hitter. Doesn't fit doesn't fit the criteria that I was looking for. I mean, for the consistency here, but gets it done. So, I don't know who else.
Shoot.
I'd love to see.
I mean, in my opinion, it is simple. It's got to be. It's guys that did not play last week or guys that missed the cut last week. So we don't like Xander. We don't like Morikawa. I mean, I love Morikawa, but
no. Like Morikawa, I think out of all of them, like I mean, for those criteria, is the best shot, and Brooks. But like Xander is not a good scrambler. I mean, very very poor out of these conditions. But if he's striping it, he's deadly with those irons.
Absolutely deadly.
So for that reason, yes. But we know Xander doesn't like to win golf tournaments. So.
All right. So actually, this is one of these courses. You mentioned Brooks. Let's talk about Brooks. Brooks might be. Dude, I'll tell you what. Brooks.
That's my favorite out of all the blue chips.
Is
considering he didn't. Well, yeah, I mean, just because it's Brooks. That's my guy. He can get it done. He can pop up and, he can rip his three with 300 yards all over this course. Sand save percentage, he is up there. He gets it done. He's got, Brooks can get it done. He's a major winner. Plays well at tough courses. Look out here.
He definitely plays well at tough courses.
He needs to get rid of the hair, maybe. And then he'll be good.
Yep. About top 25 as far as like ball striking goes.
And of course, he's not going to play well at the Players. We're talking about guys. I mean, Brooks is I love Brooks, but a bit of a personality. He don't want to play in that shit. He was laughing. They're having a good time. It was miserable. It was miserable out there. Billy Ho, blacklisted. Even though you were sick, I'm sorry if you were sick. I hope you feel better soon. But that was Brooks. I'd love to see DJ turn on. DJ hasn't been playing much golf, I feel like. So, like, why would he be tired? Like, if anything, that's like DJ ripped it up Monday and is hot as fuck right now. Like, and hasn't been playing much golf. Like, why would he be tired? DJ and Brooks, the top blue chips. Bash Bros.
Short course.
Yeah.
DJ can pick apart those short courses, though, but then again, DJ played in that tough shit on Monday, on Tuesday. Ain't my style. I mean, it's no reason to go off the edge and show. I mean, any of those guys, I'm cool just laying off of them. If it's not our week to go for a winner here, then I don't think it's our week.
That's why we love Matt Fitzy.
Yeah, we love Matt Fitz. That was an easy one, easy lock of the week. We came out firing with that one. I would love him coming off a bad week where he didn't fit the course. We took him 2 weeks ago as a lock of the week. It was a rocking chair winner, and then we look for the same thing this week, and we look. He might just win it himself. So him and our official ones, Moff. Telling you, finding that guy that's playing this week is brutal. Brooks has not been playing phenomenal over the past, and I think that's why people are fading Brooks. But if you look at the tough, Brooks is boomer bust, and I think this kind of might be the week, Moff. I think you might be right. I'm cool to lock Brooks. What's he for the top 20?
Probably not. Nothing crazy.
I'd be cool to go with a Brooks matchup. No doubt about it. So his stroke gained approach, he's been pretty damn good this year. Last week, his numbers...
Dude, it's plus 140.
I like
Top
that.
20.
We're gonna have to lock up Brooks. That might be the official one. We're gonna do a bit more research here over these last, 5 minutes of this episode here of Keep It Rolling. If you haven't, hit the like button. Lock of the
We
week.
need socials. When we go live on the weekends, we hammered, we had some good live picks that were close, all fucking fighting. I mean, Instagram and Twitter, I think, are easier than, YouTube's not as, you do get the updates, but, not everybody's got the YouTube. More people, I feel like, would be, you can turn the notifications on for Twitter if you're not on Twitter much, whatever. But, we can send stuff out that way. And we did have some plays through the weekend that, Pat, I was a little discouraged. Pat was the one that was actually like, this is your time. This is the time to get in there and take advantage of the situation. We knew Cam Smith was going to come out and be fresh on Sunday. And look at it. Look what he did. I doubled down. We got slips to prove it, too. We got receipts. So, not much.
That was awesome, though. I did. So, yeah, Moff was saying, it was in the muck. It was disgusting. And that's the kind of insight that you get, from sharp of the sharp. But here nor there, we got a winner. We're on to next week. We're on to Cincinnati. We don't dwell on our losses. We don't dwell on our winners. We're on to next week here. It's a great week. But yeah, content, socials, keep it rolling. 365 on Instagram and on and on Instagram and on Twitter. But as far as the rest of the plays go, I'm looking at Brooks here, and I think Brooks is going to have to be it.
Or Jason Day. Ooh.
So another one of those courses that compares to here is Colonial Country Club. Brooks in his 2 appearances there, a 2nd and a 32nd. Harbor Town is another one. His lone appearance there, he finished 7th. TPC San Antonio is another one. He's played there 3 times, a 2nd, a 36, and a missed cut. So these courses, all the ones that he's played that are similar to this one, he has played phenomenally. And he's only played this one time and missed the cut. And that was because...
So let's take him top 10.
It was back in 2014. No, he played it back in 2014. Brooks is on a mission. Anytime after a cut, he's a big-time bounce-back guy.
Brooks plus 290 for top 10.
Greed. I need a greed alert every time Moff gets greedy. Greed alert.
How greedy was I on Fitzy? That's different though. Full conviction
how
on
greedy
Fitzy.
were you on Lucas Glover? Greed alert. Hey, but it works sometimes. It doesn't work sometimes. It's here nor there.
That was a heartbreaker.
Hey, here nor there. It works sometimes. It doesn't work sometimes. But we're looking for the locks, and the locks are the best picks. Don't have to be too greedy. But looking at Brooks here, following a cut in back-to-back PGA Tour events in America last year. He missed the Masters, and then he missed the cut at the Byron Nelson afterwards. The tournament after, he placed 2nd at the PGA. The tournament after, he missed the cut. The tournament after, he placed 4th. So last year in the Farmers, he missed the cut. The tournament after, he won. The 2020, he missed the 3M Open. He misses the cut. The tournament after, he places 2nd.
And top 10 is greedy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'm taking both. So.
Hey.
I want both.
I like them. Lock of the week. Actually, yeah. I'm not trying to.
I like him. I don't love him.
He's not really a lock of the week. He's not that kind of. But coming off a missed cut, he is the kind of guy that it is much more boom than bust. That's for damn sure. So we're gonna go ahead and lock that up. Our final picks. Moff, we good? Lock it in.
Love it.
All right. So our official picks. Keep it rolling. Valspar Championship locks of the week. We are going with our long shot to be my guy, Moff's guy, Webb Simpson at plus 7,000. Moff, 30-second, Webb Simpson.
Webb Simpson, we went over real quick, not real quick, in depth. He's a scrambler. He gets it done around the greens. He's a good putter. He hadn't been playing well lately, but he can pop up and he can do it anytime. The book is, I mean, the odds to win not good, but the top 20 I think is a little disrespectful. I mean, or not disrespectful. Opposite. Sorry, the book is recognizing Webb Simpson. Like they're not sleeping on him. I don't think it's that big of a sleeper. It could be worse, but I don't know shit. I love Webb Simpson though. I think
all right, I should have had Moff talk about Matt Fitzpatrick instead. Matt Fitzpatrick, go ahead.
No, we already covered Matt. All
right, so our lock of the week, Matt Fitzpatrick. Our long shot of the week is Webb Simpson, and our mid-show lock of the week, we are going with Brooks Koepka to place top 20. I like him to place top 10, top 5, and to win it outright. Those will be the sprinkle plays as they go further down. Moff, you got anything else?
All right. That sounds good to me. I think, and don't forget old Vaughn Taylor. Just give him a sprinkle, just for luck.
Amen.
Sprinkle Vaughn for luck.
Yesterday's episode, long shots of the week, and our fades of the week.
Fade of the week. We got a few minutes before I got to clock back in.
All right, we got 4 minutes. Lock of the week. No, we already got our fade of the week. Our fade of the weeks are all the guys that played last week. Fuck them. All the guys that played last week that made the cut.
Fair enough.
Kevin Kisner. Honest to goodness. We had him last week. I hate him this week. He just made $1 million. That man is sipping pina coladas down there at the Boca Raton. He just
pulled my mic off the table.
That man just cashed out $1 million check. He is absolutely kicking it. He drove the minivan.
Mick Ultras. He has been chilling with the boys.
He took a minivan down from Palm Springs down to Tampa. He's a legend, but he's probably sipping some booze, kind of Harold Varner style. I mean, a mil. He cashed out a quick mil. He's going, and he's going to enjoy himself a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised. Nice fat chew-in.
Congrats, K-Kiz.
Congrats, K-Kiz. He fits this course. He does fit this course to a T, though. So I won't be fading him too hard. Nothing, just for fun, but whatever. But shout out K-Kiz.
Shout out K-Kiz.
Fading the guys that went deep last week in matchups and whatnot.
But shout out to Fitzpatrick, boys. You can maybe young Fitzy, his little brother makes the cut. How about that one? He's won here before, right? Big odds, I bet, to miss or make the cut.
Yeah, I don't think they even have him, to be honest. But here nor there.
Fuckers.
Thank you for tuning in. Good luck. God bless. Grind on. Let's keep it rolling. Last week was phenomenal. The week before was phenomenal, but we're keeping it rolling on the next week.
Keep it rolling.
Valspar Championship. We will, ideally, Moff and I will be looking at these guys, especially these, talking about fade of the week. We're not going to officially put one out here. It's just a whole mass group of people, all the guys that played deep in the last week, played in the Monday. It's just the odds are against them. So generally, it's a good fade. But if they make the cut, if we see some guys that are strong through Thursday, Friday, we will maybe be back here on Saturday with a super fade of the day of some guys that we maybe think can't make it through the weekend. Cool?
Love it.
Peace and blessings.
Hit
We're out of here.
Hit us on socials.
Keep it rolling, 365.